Hey everyone, Cameron here with Change the Way You Think podcast. I'm actually out here on my deck. I hope this isn't too loud. I got my fountain from my pool behind me. I figured it's a beautiful day, so I want to do it out here, not in my podcast. And today I want to talk about being a single parent. And really the only experience I have is being a single father. I'm a full-time father of my son. I only have one boy, he's 12 years old. I've had him full-time for, probably 4 years out of the 6 that me and his mom's been separated. I had him 50-50 prior to that. And I always had him more than she had him, but I went and got full custody. She didn't fight it. It cost me like $1,500, and I've had him. I homeschool him, and he's with me 24/7. And I struggle a lot of times being a single father with the compassion that a mother brings. I don't have that, and I am working on it, but I definitely believe a single mother or a mother in period has that compassion. His mom don't have a whole lot to do with him. She's around. She's 15 minutes down the road, but she hardly ever gets him. She hardly ever wants to do anything. She's never been to any of his events, his jiu-jitsu tournaments or anything. And I'm with him all the time, 24/7. And I'm not saying this for sympathy. I'm saying this that obviously I wish his mom was part of it, because that she doesn't, but most moms has a compassion in the heart that a boy needs or a kid needs, right, when they're sick or hurt. And I'm a little bit more hard-nosed, right? I want him to be tough. I want him to be aggressive. I want him to become what God intends him to be. And I don't believe, particularly a young man, can do that being weak in today's world. I believe if he's strong, if he's tough and aggressive, he can dominate and do whatever he needs to be. But my job first and foremost as a dad is to raise him to be a man of God, something that I'm growing and learning, and I have been for years, that, God gave him to me and it's my job through God to show him to be that way, to be a man of God. And I think first and foremost, that's really what I want him to see through me, is that I do love God, and that yes, I'm not perfect, and yes, I do things all the time, every day, cuss, get angry, drink a beer, but that doesn't mean that I don't love God and that I'm not working better every day to grow my faith. And that's what we're supposed to do, I believe, as humans, to grow our faith, to be closer to God. But first and foremost is for me to raise him to be a man of God. And then second is to be successful. I want him to dominate. I want him to be aggressive. I want him to be a strong man. I want him to be the things that most kids are not going to make it in this world, because the world has made people so weak and so soft. And I believe that's where, as a single father, I come in at. And that's what I'm good at. I'm not good at the compassion and the love. Yes, I'm working on it, but as a single father, it's the hardest thing for me is to do that. And I am working on it, but I always question myself as a single father. So as a single father or a single mother, if you're questioning yourself on if you're a good parent, no, just having that question means you are. And someone brought that up to me, because I don't know who it was or even how long ago it was, but I always wonder, am I doing the right thing? Is it going to be the way I want? Then I got to realize that me questioning that lets me know that I care enough to be that father or that parent, that I am doing the best. I believe I'm doing the best that I can every day. And also I'm learning every day, getting better every day. So I want you to know, if you're questioning yourself, that is better probably than 50% of the parents in this world. And unfortunately, it's sad, but that's the way society has made it. That's the way that people think that we have to be, is let our kids be soft, let our kids do what they want. But that's not what we need to be. We need to have them questions. Am I doing the right thing? Am I disciplining the right way? Am I teaching him the right way? And then, another thing is not to make our kids be who we want them to be. Let them be their own person. Guide them and teach them about life by example, but let them be who they want. And I used to catch myself, I want my son to be this, this, and this. And then I got to realize all I really need my son to be is a man of God, to love God, and God will guide him whenever that time comes. Until that time comes, I just got to teach him about life, about God, to be honest, to be truthful, to work hard, and to do the things that are right, to have integrity, to help people. And I think that's our number one goal in life, is to have that, is to teach our kids to have integrity, to work hard, and first and foremost to love God. I know I said that, and I'll probably say that a lot through this podcast, but it's very important to me that, because he always gets mad at me, why are you doing this? Why do I got to do this? Because God gave me you, and it's my job to raise you the way God needs me to raise you. or I get punished for it, right? I'm not punished. God don't punish us. We just kind of separate ourselves from God, and it feels like punishment, but it's our own fault that we do that. But, God gave us our kids, regardless if we wanted them or if we didn't. He gave them to us, and God brought Stryker in my life, and he saved my life. And we was talking about it the other day. I was like, man, I'm sure glad God gave you me, because I'd probably be at the bar right now. He's like, you're right, or you'd be dead, because you'd probably be on your motorcycle out driving around, drinking, having a good time, and you'd probably be getting ran over by now. And God brought him in my life, and now I don't ever go to the bar. I don't ever go out and do any of that stuff. I'm usually with him all the time. Very rare do I not have time away from him. When I do, I'm usually at home. I'm usually in the pool. I might drink a beer if I'm in the pool, or I may not. But, God gives us our kids, and it's for something, right? Regardless if we wanted them or not, no matter how hard it is, no matter how much they get on our nerves, no matter how much we can't stand them at times, it's our job to understand that we are here to teach and guide them. And we all learn. We're not perfect. We don't know the answer. Every kid's different. Every way of parenting is different. There's no one set way to parent for anybody. And we have to understand that we're not going to be perfect. That I've read several books, and I keep reading books. I'll keep learning. I'll keep guiding myself to be a better person, a better parent, and a better follower of God. And that's what it is. It's about continuous growth, continuous learning, continually growing your faith, continuously growing to be a better parent. And I don't know which way's the right way or the wrong way, but I know the way is that every kid is different, and we all have to parent different according to what our kids are, right? I only have one, so I don't know if you have more than one. I know each kid's going to be different, and you have to parent each kid different type. But knowing that God gave him to us, that we have to put in that effort, and we have to stay strong, stay positive, and know that if we're questioning it, that we're doing the right thing. We may not be perfect. We're not going to be perfect. If we were perfect, Jesus wouldn't have had to die for us. And knowing that we're not perfect, and knowing that we have to improve every day till the day we die, is what it's all about. So get out there for all the single parents and all the parents that aren't single, right? Love your kids, guide your kids, teach your kids to love God, teach your kids to be strong, teach your kids to be positive, talk to them. Don't hide from them. My son knows a lot at 12. Probably not quite as much as I did at 12, because I was doing a lot worse at things that he was at 12. And he's probably a little immature compared to the way I was when I was 12, which I'm completely fine with. But I do talk to him. He knows about sex. He knows about drugs. He knows about fighting. He knows about all this stuff because we talk about it. And I'd rather talk to him about it and guide him and let him know, hey, Dad did this at one time and this is why it's not good. Or Dad's seen this and this wasn't good. So he don't have to go through that and test and experiment. I was raised with a dad who was an alcoholic, who's in the bar, who's an abuser, who's a pedophile, who I've been around so many things and seen so many things before, way before Stryker's age, that I didn't have someone to guide me and tell me this was wrong. I was living it. And it's my job for me as a dad to teach him about it, but in the right way, not be like, don't go do this, this is bad, but explain to him and let him understand what's going on. So hopefully one day he don't go out and try to do all these things that I did or seen or whatever. So guide them, love them, teach them, be honest with them, raise them to be killers, raise them to be strong, raise them to be independent, raise them to be children of God, and then let God control that after that. If you do your job when they get older, then that seed will set in and they will grow to be the people they were meant to be, not who we want them to be. And that's really important for me to understand. He's not going to be who I want him to be. He's going to be who God wants him to be. So get out there, raise those kids, love those kids, even if it's hard. And it's one of the hardest thing I've ever done is be a single father to a hard-headed kid who is very smart and he's very hard-headed, just like his dad, and it drives me crazy. And just love them and guide them and teach them. And remember, change the way you think. Get out there and understand that every day is a new day. Every challenge is a new challenge. Change the way you think so you can grow, succeed, have true peace and true happiness. And I'll talk to y'all next week.